room tour. We have the kitchen area here with an espresso, which will be much needed tomorrow. Little TV desk area. I love these lamps, super modern, super cozy. The beds, and then I'll show you the bathroom, which is my favorite part. I love all the history incorporated in this hotel with all the old pictures, but look at this shower. Stunning, 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 stunning. Equally stunning is the view from the window. Unfortunately, it is pouring with rain, as you saw on the drive. That was honestly the heaviest rain I've ever experienced, and we had to keep pulling over, but we've made it, and I am ready to get cozy. So as you saw, I arrived in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. This is the 9th round of the 2024 Formula One World Championships. The first day that we arrived in Montreal, we spent exploring these small villages just outside of Montreal before heading to the Royal St. Lawrence Yacht Club, where we met a friend for lunch. We spent the afternoon walking around downtown Montreal and Old Montreal. There was the Crescent Street Grand Prix Festival, which was fantastic. I was in constant awe of the cars both on display, but also just driving around these gorgeous Porsches and Lamborghinis, and oh my gosh, I was drooling the whole time. The energy downtown was so infectious and just got me excited for the weekend, hearing all the different languages and accents. Really just, there's such an international draw to the sport, which was phenomenal to witness. We wrapped up with a delicious meal downtown and headed back to the hotel for an early night. The view outside our hotel looks a lot different this morning.
More parties and gatherings, not just funerals. I want to see my auntie out the cubicle because she been working.
So to give some context, the standard Formula One weekend takes place over 3 days, typically Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is the free practice sessions, Saturday is the free practice sessions and the qualifying rounds, and then Sunday is the actual race itself. I had tickets for Saturday, so I got to see the final free practice sessions and the qualifying rounds. Formula One has been part of my family for generations. Some family members are more involved than others, but it is just something that I grew up with every Sunday morning for me. I would wake up and smell coffee and food and hear Formula One has always been part of my family. My grandpa, my uncles, and my dad have always been involved with the sport in some capacity. And I have really fond memories of Sunday mornings waking up to the smell of coffee and the noise, them going around on the track as my dad would watch every morning. My favorite team has always been Ferrari, mostly due to Michael Schumacher, who is one of the greats. And Lewis Hamilton is actually my favorite driver. Did this start out at a young age because his last name was Hamilton, which is where I'm from? Yes, but he has proved his worth as a driver. He is one of the greats, right up there with Schumacher. But he has also proved off the track that he's more than a successful Formula One driver. His contribution to culture and social justice is something really to be admired. And lucky for me, Lewis Hamilton is going over to Ferrari from Mercedes in 2025. So I have a really good feeling about that year, and I hope to go back to another race to witness that in action. Prior to this race, I did want to brush up on my Formula One knowledge. So luckily Netflix has put out the series Formula One Drive to Survive. This docu-series gives viewers exclusive, intimate access to the people in one of the world's greatest racing competitions. As I mentioned in my last video on the RBC Canadian Open, the Netflix documentary Full Swing is very similar in terms of expanding the viewership of sports that aren't the most accessible to every demographic. I know lots of friends and family that have gotten into Formula One racing because of having seen the excitement and the engagement in the Netflix documentary. All right, so back to the day. We started with a mandatory Montreal-style bagel, of course, before we braved the crowds and the weather for one of the longest but most memorable days I have ever had. Did I cry the first time the cars came out? Yes, I did. I was moved to tears, which shocked me. I just think actually getting to experience the speed, the power, the noise of the car, it's undescribable. You have to be there to understand it, and witnessing how these drivers control these cars and seeing the teams behind and all the effort that goes behind just getting that car and that driver on the track. It's very moving, very motivating, very inspiring. For qualifying, George Russell took pole position, and the actual race the next day, Max Verstappen won. Ferrari, best not to talk about what happened with Ferrari. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon.